Hey guys, it's Marc Gill, and this is Marc's on the Grill. And listen, we weren't going to go live tonight, but we were just shooting a couple of things for a recipe that we're doing for a brisket. And I thought to myself, you know, here's a cool opportunity to do a little review of a grill that I really wasn't expecting to do. We don't have a pellet grill back here yet. We have all kinds of way to smoke food, man. I got this thing, which I think we should call Chooch. I think Chooch is a good name.
Choo-choo.
All right, you guys let us know. Anyway, oh, by the way, leave in the comment section where you're watching from and all that fun stuff. You know we love hearing that, and maybe what you're eating today. You cooking anything special? Is it still so cold where you are? Anyway, listen, we got all kinds of stuff here. I got that smoker, 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 I got all kinds of ways to smoke stuff. But what I don't have is a pellet grill. So, you know what? Just because I've been busy with everything else, we haven't decided which one we want to give some real estate to here yet. But I was at a closeout sale a while ago, and I saw this guy. And at first, I didn't know what it was. All right. So then I saw this emblem. I'm like, hey, I know what that is. So this is from a company named Rec Tec. Good guys. They look like good guys. They look fun. I've seen their stuff on online. Stevie and something. You guys are fun. Awesome. So anyway, I thought to myself, why not take this thing and try it out? This is the Rec Tec Bullseye 380 entry-level pellet grill. Now, why is it entry-level? All right, I think the price point on this was like $399. I got a better deal. $399, okay? And let me give you a couple of the pluses so far and a couple of things that I think I might be a little bit. Tomorrow evening, when whatever's in here is cooked, I'll give you the kind of the follow-up to this. So here's a couple of things I like about it. It's got a really big hopper. So if you're unfamiliar with pellet grills, it's the ones that take the rabbit food, and they come in all kinds of different types of rabbit food flavors, I guess. Hickory, oak, apple, alder, cherry, all of these kind of fun stuff that you traditionally associate with smoking your food. Now, let me tell you how something like this guy here works, okay? This thing, I gotta throw coal, wood, neighborhood animals, anything in there that's going to bring this temperature up, okay? And then I've got to find a way to level it out about 225, 250, and then I've got to put the meat in here, and I got to worry about the temperature up there, down there, over there, over there. It's different over there than there is over here. Every half hour, I'm over here adding wood, adding charcoal, doing this. It's exhausting for something that takes 18 to... Who's saying hi?
Betty Underwood.
Hi, Betty Underwood.
How's it going? He's from Pleasant Hill, Tennessee, and it's 70 today. Nice.
It's 76 here. I hope you're grilling. Yeah. All right, so anyway... These take a little bit, this is like labor of love time. This is what this is, all right? So that's pretty cool. Now, if we follow me over here, this one, same type of thing, a little bit better insulated, holds the heat a little more, okay? So this one, but again, enormous learning curve, but you get that wood flavor, okay? So when you're using something like this guy, which I like, don't get me wrong, there's a place for all of these things, man, depending on what you're in the mood for, what you have time for, what your lifestyle's like, okay? This one's kind of cool. It's electric.
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
Thank you. And you put little wood chips in, and that's what imparts the wood flavor, okay? So that's where you're going to get it from there. What else we got to do? We've got our charbroil 3-in-1. This also smokes. Put little wood chips in here. So here's what I find interesting about this, all right? It's not just heat. You know, like you could put other types of coal in these things. Here's what I mean. Let's say you wrap your brisket, okay? As soon as you wrap a brisket, you're not going to smoke it anymore. None of the smoke flavor is going to go there. So all you're concerned about from that point on, in a big green egg or in an offset smoker, is the heat, all right? So I think it's kind of cool that this is always imparting that wood flavor in, because it's built right into the kind of the wood part and the heat part, if that makes any sense. I wasn't prepared to do this today. It's impromptu. So I'm getting terms right. Stevie and the other guy, I apologize so much. So I think that's very cool. I think it's a tiny bit wasteful almost, though, that if you are going to wrap something that lasts 5, 6, 7 hours, depending on how big it is, what you're doing, is using up kind of wood where you don't need to use wood. You know, coal might be a little bit, but that's not. All right. So it's electric.
Woogie, woogie.
That was weak. It's electric.
Woogie, woogie, woogie.
Okay. So you have that ease, but you're always getting that wood flavor, which is actually pretty cool. Now, when I say entry level, I think one of the ways that they cut costs on this one is they didn't put a thermometer inside and hook that gizmo up to the temperature gauge. And here's what I mean. I am not totally sure what 3 notches over off is temperature-wise. Damn sure don't know what 7 is, don't know what max is, don't know what minimum is. So here's the thing with this, all right? As easy as it is to light, as easy as it is to load, as easy as it is to, to keep going, you're going to have to fiddle around with this depending on what part of the country you're in. You're also going to have to probably adjust for temperature and barometric pressure and all that kind of stuff if you're like to that exact degree guy. But here's what I found when I've been playing with this so far is my 200 to 225, which is where we're at right now, which I'm about to screw up again real quick because I'm going to show you what's inside. But I've found that is 1, 2, 3 and a tad notches past off. Okay, so that's my temperature gauge. So if you're okay with that and you can work around that a little bit and you can have that as kind of your little workaround, that's pretty cool. Okay. Other than that, it's been really simple so far. So I bought a big one, not a big one. Got a 17-pound USDA prime beef, baby, brisket. It's a big sucker, and I used just a regular rub, 7 parts pepper, 2 parts salt, 1 part garlic powder. It's gonna be so good I can't even deal with it. We had the fat cat trim to. So this guy is 16 pounds. You figure about 1.5 pounds. To smoke this between 200 and 225 degrees. So we're looking at, carry the 7, 24 hours. Wowzers. So we're going to do that wrap method though. That means at 160 degrees, I'm going to stop. Okay. I'm going to take this out. I'll show you in a second. And I'm going to wrap it in butcher paper. So what that does, it stops the smoke from importing into the meat. So if you don't want a super heavy smoke flavor, it's a great idea to wrap. It gives it an incredible crust. Not sure how brown butcher paper does that. Maybe people who know more than I do can answer that question. And it speeds up the process just a tiny little bit because it's going to start to trap a little bit more of that steam in. It's going to help moisturize because it's not really a type of smoker where you're putting a lot of water inside, although you can put a little bit of water if you want it. And then that's it. We're going to wrap it in a towel, give it a couple of hours. And my thought is that about between 5 and 6 tomorrow, about the same time, I'm going to invite you back for part 2. Oh, actually, no, part 3. Because part 2, at about 8, 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, this is going to hit about 160 degrees internal temperature, which is when I'm going to wrap it, all right? So, finally show you what's in here. I know I'm getting kind of boring. Check this out, you guys. Are you kidding me? That's my favorite thing. Oh my God, it's hard on the eyes. Oh, okay, I'm good now. Look at this, you guys. Big, thick coating of that rub of the pepper and the salt and the garlic powder. It's going to keep this temperature perfect. It's a great size, you guys. I'm never going to buy much more than a 15 or 16 pound brisket, so I know that's going to hold it. So that's about it. I'm not going to have a big temperature fluctuation tonight, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. You got to remember, this is an entry level one. It's not the thickest metal and it's not the most insulated, but I got to say, up to this point, if you are just kind of getting into smoking and you don't want to go just the electric, man, you don't want to just go the electric route and go with one of those, okay? And you sure as beep don't want to go with one of these quite yet. The pellet grill seems like a neat way to go. I like Rec Tec. I like Traeger. I know Charbroil is coming out with one. Like I said, this was a closeout one. We're going to give it a go while we decide which one we want. We go waving again?
Yep. Julie says hi, your sister.
Oh, Julie, my sister, says hi.
And
they were just visiting with like 3 bonus days. Fantastic.
and David wants to know if this is like a Traeger.
Yes. Pellet grills basically all work the same, okay? And the weight of them, for the most part, is in the auger, and that's the part that moves kind of slowly around and around and draws the pellets from the hopper into the chamber where they're getting burnt. And I will say that this thing's been pretty responsive with the dash temperature thing, whatever that is. So this one does respond quite well, but it doesn't match up with a thermometer in there. The next one's up. Once you get into like the $5.99, $6.99, $7.99 and up price point, let's say over $500. What they're going to do is they're going to have an internal thermometer hooked up inside. So it's automatically going to adjust that fan inside that blows and the rate that the wood pellets get brought into that little heat chamber to adjust the temperature. So for a couple extra bucks, it can be completely hands-off or, you know,
just name that again. Someone wants to know the name.
This is the...
Benny.
What's that?
Benny wants to know what...
Benny wants to know. This is the Rec Tec, and I know that because it's got the cool bull emblem on there. This is the Rec Tec Bullseye 380 entry-level pellet grill. It's a long name. All right. So this smoke is going to be fantastic tonight in the neighborhood. I really hope that Ricky the raccoon hasn't learned how to open the lid on this thing yet. I swear. And so here's what we're going to do, you guys. Have a great night. What is it, Thursday? Have a great Thursday night. School night. Now I'm just going to babble. Have a great Thursday night, you guys. Enjoy whatever you're cooking. Join us tomorrow for the wrap, about 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then probably about 5 o'clock we're going to come back. We're going to take it out. It'll be rested for a while. We're going to slice it. We're going to do our final little review of this. Have a great night. I'm Mark. This is Mark's on the Grill. Happy cooking.